Welcome back to London Beautiful Life, and we're at the Lucky Weekend world premiere at Raindance Film Festival at Vue Piccadilly. We're at the world premiere for Lucky Weekend. How did this all come about? I know you've directed this and wrote this as well. How did this all come about?
Well, honestly, we just all were free for once. We all work on different TV shows and we were all free. And I was like, okay, we can make a movie, but we need to do it in the next 2 months. So I wrote it in 2.5 weeks. We picked locations that we knew we could get for free or for cheap, and we wrangled. We got amazing sponsors to help us with gear and other things, and then we just 15 days went for it.
I'll admit, I was a convert. He first told me this idea that he was going to write this and we were going to shoot it within 6 weeks, and I was like, yeah, okay, Kev, all right. I was like, I'm in, sure, whatever you want. And then within a week and a half, there's a script in my inbox, a good script I'm like, what? How did this even happen? So it was just such an exciting blur, and getting to work with your friends. He obviously had the voices in his head, so it just jumped right off the page, and here we are. It's amazing.
Do you have a day that really stood out to you on the set as well?
So to me, it was the day that we did improv with Jesse in the car, because I had written just a blurb of what it could kind of be, but I didn't really give him any direction, and he was so brilliantly funny. Jared, our DP, could not hold the camera still because he was laughing too much.
His favorite day was actually the scariest day for me because I know you're going to be hilarious. I'm just sitting there all day going, am I? So I still don't know if those laughs were because it was actually funny or because they're like, let's just see how long we can keep him doing this. But
it was so good.
It was super fun.
And your characters, tell us about your character, and more about your characters.
Well, Gabe is an 18-year-old kid just trying to figure out his life, figure out if he's going to go to school. And he just wants to do right and not stay in the town that he's in forever, and so that puts him in a peculiar situation. And honestly, Neil, you're kind of
it's what's sort of interesting about our dynamics is they're very similar, but they're almost flip sides of the same coin. Whereas I think Gabe is trying to find a way out. He wants to leave town. Neil's, I think, perfectly content in the town he's in. He loves his job. He loves his friend. And and it's interesting to see that dichotomy. So they both kind of come at this situation with the same intention, but with kind of different motivations. And I think that's what's really fun. It's is home where the heart is? Do you have to go somewhere else? Where do you come to at the end? And I think they're very similar in a lot of ways, but they're different too, which is really fun.
So cool.
You guys have also worked on very successful shows, but when it comes to an independent project, how elevated is it to work on an independent project compared to a very mainstream project?
This feels like all hands on deck. And I was so lucky because we did this with our friends that the difference between working on Yellow Jackets or Lock and Key for us together and this is we had 15 people total on set. So everyone's doing 4 jobs and everyone's so, I couldn't even imagine to tell you how many jobs even Jesse himself did. It was amazing.
It's funny. It's there's perks to both, right? But what I kind of personally love more about the independent side of things is you really feel part of that process, and that's also a testament to Kev as a director. Is making everyone feel like they have a seat at the table. Don't get me wrong. There's something nice about showing up on Lock and Key. I'm sure Yellow Jackets, sitting in your trailer and no pressures on you. But there is kind of a majesty to going to set and feeling I'm really part of this thing, and my say could affect the overall product in a way that some of those bigger productions, just by nature of what they are, you don't necessarily get that.
Yeah. Obviously, Raindance does showcase a lot of films, especially independent projects. For first-time actors, what advice would you give them, and the do's and don'ts on set?
I think honestly, make sure that you're putting your best foot forward in whatever capacity it is, no matter how big the project is. It deserves your best work. And so not taking any project lightly, I think is the biggest advice I could give. And while you're not working, work. Keep training, keep meeting people, keep creating, because that's what we did. That's what Lucky Weekend actually is we were off and we said we want to keep creating. And so we created together. It was cool.
And be proud of the work you do, because making a movie, some people go out, they set out to make a movie, they don't even get to finish it because it's so hard. And it's no matter how big, small, how big your part is, how small your part is, whether you're directing, producing, acting, or just an extra, take it in and be proud of the work you're doing, because we don't know when we get to do this again. It was such a privilege that we all got together to do this. So it's really milk it, take it all in.
When you guys get a script sent to you, how do you know that will be the right script for you? Or would you guys just take any script at times?
This one was crazy because Kevin gave us the premise and we loved it. And I was like, okay, great, like where's the script? And he said, I'll write it. And we were like, oh, we shoot in 2.5 weeks, you're gonna write it? And he sure did.
And he sure did. He and I were toying with different ideas before this script came to be, and I remember when this idea came up, we couldn't stop thinking about it, and I think that's how we knew that this is the movie we really wanted to make.
I don't even know what to say. No, I had it after. You guys, I was brought on board after. So after I read it, I thought it was phenomenal. I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm ready.
You guys have a day that really stands out to you on set as well?
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
There was this crazy day where we were doing a night shoot, and it was, I'm going to say, midnight, and I had gotten engaged 2 hours beforehand. And I came to set and everybody had heard about my engagement and they all clapped for me and people were crying even though they didn't know me very well. It was the warmest welcome. And then we filmed one of like the sweetest, most intimate scenes like 4 hours after I got engaged. It was really special.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
One of my favorite scenes, that one.
And then I got married a couple weeks ago and all of them were there.
I guess also in those sorts of, any shoot or any film set, you do make a really tight bond really fast.
You do, but then I feel like then you separate afterward. We did not.
No, we honestly all became really close while filming, and then we were like, wait, we're like really good friends, and now we see each other like pretty much every day.
Do you have a favorite day that stands out to you?
I don't, to be honest, it was so long ago, but I don't want to say anything without giving anything away. Like one of my favorite days was the one scene with Kevin and I, and it was just like, it's just like a nice, sweet moment, but I can't talk about it.
You'll have to wait and see.
And then when it comes to your characters as well, tell us about your characters.
My character is a drama queen, but I love her. She's sassy and she's fun.
Yeah. Katie excited me a lot because she is a music major and I love to sing, and they described her to me as kind of like an introverted Anna Kendrick kind of vibe, and that's like, I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and so I had a lot of fun.
Maria's like typical Portuguese mom, I think. And I kind of relate because I'm Portuguese and I'm a mom and it kind of works, so.
And when it comes to working on like big projects compared to an independent project, what are the differences? And do you have to put in more like work into an independent project than you would on a bigger project?
I think that I bring myself 100% to any project, but what I notice in smaller indie projects like this one is just, you have less crew and everything feels more intimate, which is really nice, and you kind of get to toy around a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel when I'm doing an indie, I feel like I have a lot more say, I guess, and it feels really collaborative. And I just become even more proud of the project and more invested because if it does well, it's just a win for my friends. Yeah.
I agree with that. I would say I bring 100% to every project, but it does feel more collaborative. Like we're all together, we're all giving our own ideas.
And you're roughing it a little bit. Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
You get really creative.
Yeah.
So Raindance does show a lot of independent projects, but what would you say are the do's and don'ts as a first-time actor?
First time acting?
First-time actors, what advice would you give them, and what are the do's and don'ts on set?
I would say come prepared, but also come ready to play around and try something new, because something will come in that moment. That's where the magic is.
Yeah, have a lot of options and always hit your mark spot on because you're probably doing some really cool shots and you got to work together as a team.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Just come prepared to anything goes. Like anything can happen, basically, right? So you think you're going to play it one way, but something can change.